everyone, it's Shallow360 and I'm here with a collection video. This is my Rain collection. For those of you who have been watching my videos from around the beginning, I've always said that the goal was to get a Rain collection, and I'm coming to you with probably the most complete collection that I'm ever going to have. There are some repackages, some additional prints of things that I won't have access to because they cost way more than I can afford, and you're getting the glare of the popcorn ceiling in my room. I just can't afford them. So what I'm showing you is the Rain collection I've been able to make to the best of my ability that encompasses all of the music that he's issued that wasn't on like a soundtrack or something. So basically a version of all of his albums. So we're going to start off with the very first album, which is Rain's number 1. This was his debut solo CD. Fun fact, before Rain was a solo artist, he was actually in a boy band called Fan Club. They had a couple of albums, but they never really went anywhere, so the group broke up. But if you ever come across a Fan Club album, please buy it, because they are collector's items. People just don't sell them anymore, so it's very, very collectible should you ever see one. But this is his first CD. Just about all of the CDs I'm going to show you today are Japanese print because I buy all of my Rain CDs on Amazon. Most of Rain's earlier catalog is out of print, so I have to buy it on Amazon, otherwise I just can't get it. But yeah, since I'm buying them from Amazon, a lot of the sellers on Amazon are Japanese sellers, so that's the reason why these are all Japanese print, but they're still in really great condition, so I have no problem with it. But this is Rain number 1, and I don't know if you can see that it says number 1 right there. And then the track listing is on the back, and you can see it's all in Hangul except for a couple of them, the one that says baby baby and the other one that says what's love. And then down here you can see that these are printed in Japan. And I'm going to show you the CD on this. I'm not going to do unboxings of everything I'm showing you, but I just wanted to show you the CD because I just think the CD is really pretty. And it's fun because when you look through the photo book, there's a lot of pictures of him as a debut artist before he kind of got his look together. And he's just really adorable. He's a real cute kid. So I love this one. Okay, next we're going to go to Rain 2. 2 was his big breakout hit. This is the CD that has How to Avoid the Sun, which is my favorite K-pop song of all time above anything else, even though I love Shiny. I mean, my channel is Shallow360, but Rain is my ultimate life bias. Like, he's a man that can do no wrong. He is my ultimate Korean bias, just like Justin Timberlake is my ultimate American bias. So, I mean, he's really upper level to me. But this CD here, like I said, has my favorite K-pop song in the world. This was like his real big hit. And I want to say it was either right after the song came out or right before. Somewhere in the timing in there is when Rain did a television series called Full House. Some of you may have heard of it, some of you may not. They did a remake recently, Full House 2, and I think they're doing a remake in either China or Japan of Full House. It was super popular. Anyway, the series made Rain a star, and because he became this big Hallyu star, a lot of stuff in his career kind of started jumping off, but this was that time. Even though this CD did do very well, this is kind of when he became Rain, the way that you know him. The track list is here on the back, and hopefully you guys can see it. It's a little cloudy, but yeah, my camera. There you go. You can see that there. And the pictures inside are a lot like this. It's basically pictures of him with his sunglasses with like his hand covering his face trying to avoid the sun. So yeah, that's that. Next we have Rain, It's Raining. Now this is not the way the cover would look if you had the Korean version. This is the Japanese version and it has a slipcover. He released this version in Japan because he was getting ready to do a Japanese, I guess a Japanese debut. I guess that's what you'd call it. So he reissued Rain, It's Raining, and when he reissued it, he did it with the slipcover. And the slipcover has the track list on the back. You can see the track list there. It's pretty easy to read. And then he did the original cover from the Korean version for It's Raining. And the track list the same. There's no difference there. But he also did an additional photo booklet. So this is the additional photo booklet. It says It's Raining. And in the additional photo booklet, he's got some extra pictures, and he's also got all the lyrics for Japan in Japanese. And then there's this random picture of J Park in there, or JYP. If I say J Park, you guys are going to think of the other guy, but JYP, his picture's in there, which is just weird and random to me. I'm not sure why that's in there. But yeah, that's It's Raining. Next, we have Rain's World, which was his 4th CD, and it was actually his last CD with JYP. So that's part of the reason why we're doing this right here instead of in complete order, because this is kind of like the end of his Korean era with JYP, and it's Rain's World. But one thing that I find really interesting about this CD, other than the art, because the art is, he looks so good, y'all. But yeah, this is the actual CD itself that's inside. I love the print on this. And then the track listing is here in the back. The track listing, can you see some of the features? There's Dynamic Duo on this album. Tableau is on this album. Tiger JK is on this album. He had a lot of really interesting features on this album. He had an artist named C Love, who he ended up taking with him when he went over to J-Tune, and C Love actually wrote a lot of music for him and wrote a lot of music for In Black when they first debuted. In fact, I want to say that C Love is the co-writer credit for Rainism. So yeah, it's a pretty important collaboration there. But yeah, the features on here, these are all people that at the time, they were popular, but they just like gained in popularity after this. So it's really cool that he has them on this album. And then the pictures in the album are all kind of this desert warrior angel theme. So that's pretty cool. I like that a lot. So yeah, that's the end of his time with JYP. But before he left JYP, he put out a number of Japanese albums, or albums specifically created for the Japanese market. So I've got a lot of those because there's some interesting things there. There's some songs that he only did in Japanese and didn't do in Korean. And then also this thing right here, I really like this, and a lot of people, I've never seen an unboxing for this on YouTube, so I'm debating on whether I want to do an unboxing myself. But this is called Rain Early Works. The picture is from his How to Avoid the Sun era. You can see him blocking the sun with his hands and his sunglasses. And the glare in my room is bad, but it says Early Work. Then on the side, you've got Rain Early Works. In the back, you've got a track list here. And the track list is a combination of his first, second, and third albums, like the hits basically. And then he's got a disc of remixes. And inside, it's double discs here. Oh gosh. There's the one disc that has most of the songs, and then that's just a lyrics book. So I'm not going to open that up because there's really nothing to see there. Then on this side, you know, I do this with one hand, so it takes me a minute. You've got the remix CD. You've got this booklet, which is from, I believe, his first big Japanese concert, Rainy Day Budokan Special. So you see the dates, the 2 dates of the concert. And then behind the booklet is something that I had never seen until I got this in the mail. Sorry, you're getting a preview of the next thing. It is a photo card. I mean, it is a photo card in like the most basic way you could call a photo card. It is a photo on a card. And in the back, it's got a calendar. But you can see the JYP emblem. So this is official. This came with the album. So it's like a calendar / photo card for Rain. I'd never seen a Rain photo card. I'd never even heard people talk about Rain having a photo card. So when I saw this, I was super excited. Like, oh my gosh, I've got a photo card for Rain. So this is now one of my official prized possessions. I love this to bits and pieces. I could never get rid of it. I love it, love it, love it. So moving on from there, let's talk some more about his Japanese tenure. So he does this song, Freeway. This is my favorite Japanese song that Rain has ever done. The video is super cute. He's got on like a little slouchy hat, and he's dancing, and he's smiling the whole time. And the song's really breezy, very summertime. I love it. So this is Freeway, and this was one of the singles that he did that came with not only the song, like the CD single, but it also has a DVD of the video in the back. So that's the art there, and you can see the track list in the corner. But then this has another surprise. So there's the CD in the front, and then when you open it, if I can get it open here, there's the DVD right there. And then Another photo card. I don't know how many photo cards there are for Rain. I've never even heard anybody online mention that Rain has photo cards. So I don't know if there's more CDs that I can get that I can find these. But this is the photo card here. And then in the back, oh, that was tricky. It just says Freeway and then not for sale. So yeah, I have 2 Rain photo cards. And they'll never be for trade ever. As long as I live, I'm going to try to keep them. Or at least as long as I'm interested, I'm going to try to keep them. But yeah, Rain photo cards. I am thrilled. So, got that. This is a very welcome addition to my collection. So glad to have it. Next, I have Rain Move On. This song is okay. It's alright. This is another one where you have the picture of him and then you've got the track list moving on. And inside it comes with the CD and the DVD. So there's the CD right there. And then when you flip it over, you've got the DVD there. No photo card, unfortunately. But, you know, I've got 2 of them now, so I really can't complain. Next, we have Rain's Sad Tango. Sad Tango was the first Japanese single, like only in Japan, I think. Well, no, I think he did a version for Korea too. But there's the song there, and then the photo book, there's nothing. I did an unboxing of this. It's very quick because there's really nothing to see. And then you got the picture in the back. And then the last thing I'm going to show you for his Japanese career is going to be Rain Eternal Rain. This was the all Japanese CD that he did. This CD it's really good. But it's kind of weird because it's got like all the Japanese singles that we just saw and a few more songs. But I don't think he ever did any of these in Korean. So it's odd because the musical style, I could really hear those songs being Korean songs. But it's interesting to me. And also, I'm not unboxing this, but the photo book inside of this has a really weird texture to it. Like it's glossy, but it's also kind of striated, so it has a dull finish. I don't know. I can't describe it, but the pictures in it are beautiful. It's all of him in this outfit, posed in different ways, and the lighting is really natural, and his face looks really good, and he's just very handsome in it. And then on the other side of that, you have the picture of him, and then you can see the track list. So the track list has most of the songs that we saw that were singles. Ugh. I'm getting so much glare here. This is a really sunny day, so it's hard for me to get this right. But if I can get this, come on. Okay, there you go. Freeway, Sad Tango, Move On. All those songs I was telling you about are on here. So, and you can see there's also an English version of Sad Tango. And if you've never heard Rain's English, it's really something to marvel at. Rain is one of the best, worst English speakers I've ever heard. And I love his English. His English is classic. Alright, moving on from there. We are now at his first album with J-Tune. He only did 2 albums with J-Tune Camp, which is unfortunate because to me, his work with J-Tune is some of the best work he's ever done. And it's the work he did with J-Tune is the work that other people talk about when they talk about Rain. The first being Rainism. Rainism is a classic. It always will be. As you can see, the photography on it is wonderful, but just the song itself is a highlight of his career. The Rainism dance. Every K-pop artist you can think of knows the Rainism dance. It is that big. The Rainism dance was the Gangnam dance before Psy. Like really. Back when that song first came out, there were all these variety shows and different rookie groups would come on and they would start doing the Rainism dance. Even if Rain wasn't on the show, they just like, do the Rainism dance. Everybody knows it. And there was a video recently of GOT7 going through the Rain catalog, which makes sense because they work for JYP and JYP and Rain are still very close even though Rain is no longer on JYP. And yeah, they went through his history of songs and Rainism is the song. So yeah, this is the highlight of his career. So I'm really glad to have this in the Korean press, the original Korean press. So there's the track list there. And there's a lot of good songs on here. One of my favorite songs on here is Love Story. I really like that song. My Way is a decent song. And like I said, Rainism. It's the song I sing whenever it rains outside. Like, true story. If it rains outside, especially if it's storming, I want to either hear Rainism on my phone or I will look outside the window and start saying, I want to be a bad boy. I gotta be a bad boy. I don't know why, but just that song, it hit me in the heart. It's not my favorite Rain song. It's top 3 of my favorite Rain songs, but yeah, that song, every time it rains, it's a Rainism. So there's the CD there. I love the format of this. I just like how it kind of flops open. And then you've got these pictures, which are like the clearest of HD. They're just phenomenal, phenomenal quality. And I love them. So if you have an opportunity to get this, I definitely recommend it. It's a bit pricey, even on the used album circuit. It was probably one of the most expensive of all of the used CDs that I've shown you. I want to say I paid close to $20 for it. This is an advertisement that came in there. But it was worth it. When I got it, I was just so thrilled, and I'm still thrilled to this day. So I can't say that I'm disappointed. I love it. So it's wonderful. And then this is his last album that he did with J-Tune Camp before he left for the military, and his last album with them in total. It's Back to the Basic, Rain's special album. If you see my K-pop tag, you already know this is my favorite black and white album. Like, the way it's made, no one has ever done this, and no one ever will. Probably for obvious reasons, because the packaging, it's super hard to get open and closed, and because of that, the condition of my copy is really bad. I paid $5 for it on Amazon several years ago, like probably 3 years ago, and you can see where like the glue has come apart on both the top and bottom of this side. The slide is real easy on this side because the glue has come apart. But yeah, it's in rough condition. But it's got this hologram here, which is so awesome. All the pictures are of him, like, damn near naked. And this was right after he did the movie Ninja Assassin. So his body was perfection. Like, there was not an ounce of unnecessary fat on him. But he wasn't ultra skinny either. Like, he was just perfect. And then, of course, it's got 2 really big songs. It's got Love Song, which is the other Rain dance that everyone does, the rip open your shirt and body roll dance. And then it's got Hip Song, which I don't know why he never did a video for Hip Song, but he should have, because that song is so catchy. I just love Hip Song. I love Rain. I need to quit deluding myself. It's not about just loving a song. I love everything about Rain. I love Rain's tears. I just love Rain. But yeah, Hip Song, good song. Oh, and for any of you that have this, that have ever listened to this, or if you want something to laugh at, Love Song, the English version. Rain, he speaks English phonetically. He looks at the words and he pronounces them exactly to the letter. And that means that sometimes the emphasis on the syllable is not always right, and so the word intolerable becomes intolerable. And it's just terrible, but I love it. I love him, so, you know, I'm down for it, but it really does, it gives me a good chuckle. I can't lie about it. It's hilarious. So, yeah. This is a classic. If I had to recommend one Rain album to anyone who was not a fan, just to get them used to him, this would be the album. This is the gem of my collection, even though there's some that, I mean, definitely are more precious to me, but I think this is probably the best deal. If you can get a good price for this, get it. You won't be disappointed. Even if you don't necessarily like the music, the photo book and the format of the CD itself are so unique that it just really is worth every penny. So, yeah, this is the one right here. And I love how perfectly bowed his lips are, so the dividing line is just, oh, he's so perfect. Alright, lastly, we're going to look at Rain Effect. Now, there are 2 versions of this. There's the regular and the limited edition. I mean, I could have got the limited edition. The problem is that I didn't want to pay what they wanted for the limited edition because I had so much other stuff I was trying to buy. So, I just went with the regular. But, yeah. This is Rain Effect, his latest album. My favorite song on here is 30 Sexy. I think it's a brilliant song. I don't know why it wasn't more popular because it's a really catchy song. But yeah, this is his first album with Cube. And I guess because Cube is known for interesting packaging, that's why the CD is like this. But this is actually my least favorite packaging of any of his albums, even from like his regular jewel cases, because I find the packaging of this album completely unnecessary. So you've got like the copyright information printed on the front outside of the jewel case, which is weird. Don't know why that's there instead of in the back. Then you open the front and it's just a piece of hard textured plastic with card, like silver paper glued behind it. And you can even see like the glue dots where it's glued behind the plastic. They don't do a good job of disguising that. So in a few years when that glue starts to turn yellow, this is going to look disgusting. So there's that. Then you open the back and you can see that the photo book, it moves around inside of the case, which I don't really like that. It sounds really insecure. It says rain effect. There's like a watermark. You open it up and you've got the photo book here. See, the water stain is on the back. The water stain is on the CD. The water stain is on the front. The water stain is on the back. And then you've got the track list here and the official sticker. The track list, let me see if I can focus on that. So can you see that? Is that clear enough for you? So there's the track list. And then the inside, the pictures are from the MV shooting of 30 Sexy. It's that whole style. None of the Lost song, but just all 30 Sexy. So that is that. And hopefully this won't be the last Rain CD. I know he's been doing the drama with Crystal, my lovely girl, which I'm not so fond of that drama. Like story-wise, the drama has been hit or miss for me. And romance-wise, I don't know who wrote this drama, but I don't want Rain and Crystal to get together. And I never thought I was, initially when I first started watching this show, I was like, yes, Rain and Crystal. But here's the thing. On My Lovable Girl, Crystal is his dead girlfriend's sister. And somehow she didn't know or whatever else. And I just feel like, ew. You know, like I would never date my sister's ex, and I would expect my ex never to date my sister. So that comes across as oogie. And then also, L from Infinite is in the series, and he is so good. Like, it's something heartbreaking about his character, and the way he plays it, you just buy into him. And so you want to alleviate his heartbreak by letting him and Crystal get together. But that's neither here nor there. That's something for the fan in me. But anyway, that is the conclusion of my Rain collection, and I would bring everything back in, but everything's all tore up because I've been opening them and closing them, so everything's like all out of the cases, and just, it looks rough. But this is my collection, and I'm so happy because it's taken me months to get this, and I just want to tell you guys something because no one ever says this in their videos, so I want to say this for any younger viewers that are watching my videos and maybe sometimes feel like their collection is inadequate because they don't have this much or whatever else. I am grown. I work for a living. I don't go to school. So every paycheck that I get, I use to pay my bills in my home. But I have a lot of extra income, or not extra income, but I have a lot of extra monies after I pay bills that I can use whichever way I want to. I can use it to buy groceries, I can use it to buy shoes, clothes, whatever else, or I could use it to buy CDs. And that's what I do. So I buy CDs out of a grown-up's income. And if I was a teenager, back when I was a young teenager, there's no way I would be able to buy as many K-pop CDs as I have, because I wouldn't have the disposable income to do it. I was working on an allowance, and then even when I had a part-time job, I had to pay for my gas for my car, and I was getting like maybe $300 every 2 weeks. Like, I wasn't making enough money to just go whole hog. So for kids out there watching, or other people who may feel like, oh man, you're just so lucky and get all this stuff, it's not luck, it's hard work, and it's a full-time job. So don't ever feel ashamed of your collection or feel like you're not doing enough to have more. Because the truth of the matter is, a lot of the people that you see that have these huge collections, they either work for a living and they're very well paid and they're able to afford things like this, or they're children who have parents who work for a living and their parents have a lot of money and are able to give them a lot of extra disposable income, or they have a job and this is the only thing that they buy. So don't ever feel embarrassed or like your collection isn't enough. If you worked hard for that money and you spent the $20 that you had to get that one CD that you've always wanted, then your collection is just as valuable as the person who has $5,000 to spend and decides to get 50 CDs. Your collection is still just as valuable, so don't ever feel down on yourself. And if you're thinking about getting a Rain collection like I do, every CD you saw here except for Rain Effect and Back to Basic, I bought used, and I bought them on Amazon.com, and there's no CD that you saw here today that was over $20. Rain Effect was right at $20. and Rainism was right at $20, but everything else was below $20. So this is reachable for you. This is doable. This is doable. All right, well, that's all I have to say. I'm going to end it the way I always end my videos. Pray for our idols. There's so much that's been quiet lately, and I think because there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff going. I think companies are really trying to address problems so that they're not in the news the way other companies have been. But let's continue to keep the idols in our prayer, because we don't know what they're doing behind the scenes to keep things quiet. And let's just hope that no idol is going through anything unhealthy in the name of saving face for the company they're with. So just keep that in mind, and then, pray for each other. Let's wish for each other's safety and health as we go into kind of the holiday season, Halloween and whatnot. Be safe out there. If you're costuming, try to, be in well-lit areas. If you're going to a holiday party where there's alcohol involved, don't ever leave your drink unattended, because people will and have spiked drinks before. So be safe about that and just be responsible out there. All right, you guys. Take care. I'll talk to you later. Bye.